The sun has set here at Cal Expo, and many workers remain late into the evening, welcoming relief from the searing temperatures. Triple-digit heat is making its presence known here in Sacramento, and locals are looking for creative ways to beat the heat. 2 teenagers and 1 adult are in jail tonight after the shooting of a 3-year-old boy. We're learning more about the history of these suspects and why they turned themselves in. A popular app that helps foster communication has found itself at the center of controversy tonight. Strava, it's a GPS app that helps cyclists track their rides. Many are wondering whether or not it encourages bad behavior. Here's what we do know about the fire. It's burned over 4,500 acres and 16 structures. As of right now, there are 2 confirmed fatalities. She really loved the Canucks, which, being from Denver, that's a problem. Right. Because we love the Avs, and so she would wear Canucks gear all the time, and I would just be like, Jessica, take that off. You can't walk around with Canucks gear. So those are good memories of her. We're patiently awaiting the arrival of President Barack Obama, where here he's going to talk about how he plans to help alleviate student debt. There's been no shortage of home runs for our softball team this season, with the majority of them coming from sophomore catcher Kelsey Tillery, who leads all of Division II with 20. Storm at the moment is GOP frontrunner Mitt Romney. His co-chair has stepped down after allegations that he tried to deport his ex-boyfriend. The Boulder is one of the most popular races here in Colorado, and Beyond Limits is really making a name for themselves. The bill was approved by the Senate Judiciary Committee by a vote of 5-2 right here in Colorado. You've probably seen a lot of the construction on campus, and one of those new buildings is the new Hotel and Hospitality Center. And now it's beginning to look like zombies. The 6th annual Zombie Crawl. Today's weather was the hottest on record since 2010, forcing locals to get creative as they dodge the heat.
Because it's too hot.
Surfing, one of the many ways people were staying cool while still having a good time.
It was a hot day. My son and nephew were up, and my nephew was up in town, so we decided to give it a try.
Temperatures got up to 105 degrees in some parts of Sacramento, causing widespread problems. Deborah Duccini Hansen adored the tree in her front yard.
5 seconds it was down on top of the house and they scattered, so it was very scary.
The searing heat caused this tree to come falling down.
Everybody is safe, thank goodness. Now the cleanup. Do you have a chainsaw?
With the lowest temperature this week in the mid-90s, summer looks as though it's just beginning to warm up. Simone DeAlba, KCRA3 reports. It's Wednesday night here at Folsom Bike, and this is where many cycling enthusiasts come to train. They say the app is just for fun, and they try to follow the rules like everybody else.
Cyclists are responsible for rules on the road, and we need to obey the rules of the road.
When asked if he had ever blown a stop sign, here's what he had to say.
No.
Never?
No.
Our news crews found this group of riders frequently running stop signs and exceeding the speed limit. Meanwhile, neighbors in the area are becoming concerned.
Boy, they're outside of the bike lane quite often. Especially when they're in large groups, they tend to drift into the car lane, and I think it's dangerous. It happened to me just today.
Residents fear there may someday be an accident that could have been avoided. As for the riders in this story, all local racers insist that everyone is responsible for obeying the laws of the road. Simone DeAlba, KCRA3 reports.
While he may not readily admit that he's a role model, he is, and he understands that.
I got your back. On 3. 1, 2, 3, yeah.
I see all the colors and the shapes, but the way my doctor described it to me was, it's like when you're watching cops and they're trying to hide someone's identity, they blur out their face. So that's kind of what it is.
His world may look a little bit different, but he doesn't let it affect his passion for football or how others treat him.
He wants to do everything on his own, and that's a quality.
Quarterback is arguably one of the most challenging positions on the field, and like anyone else, he doesn't go without his frustrations.
To change the offense from just a normal standard set to a shotgun. So that required Rhett not only to learn new plays and still pass the ball, but every single time the ball snapped, he has to catch it also. So now he's catching the ball and then either handing it off or throwing it.
When I was little, I loved John Elway. So then when I started playing football, I wanted to be just like John Elway. So I guess that's what I've always done.
Although Stargardt's disease has left Rhett legally blind, he has not let it control his life. He maintains a 4.4 GPA in his academic life and is looking to play varsity football next season.
Every week he's got to compete to be on the field, and it's going to be the same next year if there are 2 or 3 or 10 quarterbacks that go out.
And you know, the stories I hear of other people with Stargardt's or are deaf or anything like that, those hit me.
Runners of all ages and backgrounds are paired with mentors that help get them focused and prepared for the big race.
Every year we have a wonderful time. Jason really enjoys it. It's his highlight of his year.
Not only is the race itself challenging, but participants have various physical and developmental disabilities that create additional obstacles.
And that sense of accomplishment is an inspiration for anybody. It's why are we on this planet if we can't help one another? Bigger picture is, how can I create something that gives back to the community but also inspires people?
The group is beloved within the Boulder community and even enjoys a sponsorship from New Balance.
We are!